Make sure that Facebook is
Looks like
live.
we're up on YouTube.
Yeah, Facebook is up.
And let's check Twitch.
Getting a little twitchy, are you?
I'm hearing your audio, guys. You're not muted.
Hey everybody, Aaron Blaise here. It is December 11th on a Friday, and I'm at the animation desk, the paper animation desk. We're going to be doing some paper animation. I'm going to be doing, well, I might as well tell you, I'm going to remind you, we've got some spots left over for my live event that I'm doing tomorrow, where I'll also be animating on paper. So I thought today would be a good opportunity to warm up for that. But tomorrow I'm going to be doing a 6-hour course. If you want to join in, go to creatureartteacher.com/live, and you can get more information on that. I'm going to be doing a character design. We're talking about my design of the dogs that I've been doing lately, and I'm going to go take you through the process of how I come up with the designs, and then we're going to sit down. We're going to do some animation on paper, and so that's going to be fun, and that's what we're going to do today as well. We're going to do some animation on paper. But in case you guys have not seen it, I want to show you, Dustin, if you can pull up, can you pull up show the home screen there? You're going to have to move the OBS. But if you want to, you can play on Premiere the shot of, yeah, just hit play and switch it over. This is a new piece of animation that I just completed. It's up on YouTube right now, but in case you guys haven't seen it, I thought we'd play it for you. Let's give it a little volume.
Volume.
It's on the keyboard up top.
Yeesh.
There you go. Go ahead and hit play. Let's see what we get here. I know I threw you right into the...
Going through a scanning in progress. Or no, this is TD Paint, not...
Yeah. Just click on Premiere right there. There you go.
There we go.
Right
there we go. That is your intro. We'll just skip that over that.
There you go.
There we go. And
turn it down just a little bit.
There we go.
So there it is. So I've spent the last couple of weeks working on that, and so for tomorrow, I'm going to take you through, whoever joins me. We've still got a few slots left. I'm going to take you through the process of how I created the characters and did the animation and all of that. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and it was a lot of fun creating that. I was really excited to share it with you guys. Also, we've got some other slides. I'm going to have you talk about those slides, Dustin.
Well, slide number one.
They're brand new. I haven't seen them.
We got Chuck's new course on how to pitch your ideas. On pre-order sale for 50% off. Is currently going on right now.
Is this the last chance for it?
It is indeed the last chance for it. I just saw that tiny little detail there in the corner there. And the course will be available later today.
Oh wow! Okay, right on. The full course. So today, if you jump in now and order it, you can get it for 50% off. Later on, the rest of the day, it's going to be full price.
It'll be be sure to go over to www.creatureartteacher.com. And for slide number 2, we got animal character design with David Coleman. Also on pre-order sale, last chance, and that course will be available on December 18th.
Right on.
I kind of mumbled a little bit.
It's all pre-order sales right now, so
yeah.
You've got until December 18th to get that. Hurry up. It's really good. I've been wanting to get David in for a long time, and he's such a great animal artist, character designer. He and I have worked together several times, and I just really love his work. And of course, there's Chuck as well. Chuck and I work together. We've known each other for 30 years. We've directed together. He's produced for me when I was directing, and he's just incredible. And he knows a lot about the world of pitching and getting your ideas out there.
Oh yes, very much indeed.
Drinking a lot of soda water. I'm trying to hold in the burps.
Soda water.
So today, I've been going to the dog park a lot, and Achilles, my dog, just goes nuts if we don't go to the dog park. So I am forced to take him to the dog park every day. And obviously, when you go to a dog park, you're going to see all kinds of dogs. And to me, this is where the whole dog ideas have been coming from, because I love, first of all, I love dogs. But I just love going there. They're like a whole bunch of little kids. They really are. And it's just fun to watch them play. And I was sitting there the other day watching a couple of Great Danes that were playing. They were huge. And to me, it was really cool to see how kind of slow and lopey and everything they are. And I thought it might be kind of fun to draw that today, try to animate that. And I also want to show you how loose you can be to get your animation to work. You don't have to be tight. And I want to draw very quick and loose today. But I'm, just real quick, to draw a Great Dane, I was thinking about what a really quick, simple Great Dane might look like. So I think of this like kind of blocky head, ears come down like so.
And somebody commented on the that short that the music feels very Toy Story.
Oh. So here, I'm not gonna. First of all, I'm drawing this a little more tight than what we're gonna animate it, but I'm just trying to. I want to get it out of my head so I can at least see. Because sometimes I'll have the idea in my head and I got to get it out in order to kind of make it come to life on the paper. So you just get this really great shape. See that nice thin waist right here, thick chest.
Erica Bay is on.
Erica!
It says dogs are the best.
They are. Kind of long, thin. Get down into the pegs. I should have drawn them a little higher. Get that hip right there. That knee should be about even with the elbow. See out of the elbow right here? There's a shoulder blade. And that knee should come down and be about even with the elbow.
Right in the elbow there.
There we go. So there's our Great Dane. This is basically what I'm going to draw. Pretty opposite of Miss Violet the Bulldog. This guy's big and lopey.
Lopey?
Yeah. Got a little bit of shoulder blade sticking up there. The neck has got a nice slender build to it. I like that squared off feel to the head.
And I got a quick question here from Fernando Sinistro.
Yes.
It says, hi Aaron, how would you plan a scene with multiple cuts? Like for example, a talk scene and an action scene that changes the perspective view at times.
Well, you got to storyboard it. That's what storyboarding is all about. We never do a shot until we storyboard it. So you got to storyboard it, figure out your cuts, and then you animate according to those cuts, according to the layout that you create for those cuts.
And you guys also decide on which shots to tackle first because of just how long they are.
Yeah, it could be complexity or whatever. That a lot of times that was up to the discretion of the animator. I'd kind of plan my shots out when I got them assigned to me, and I'd decide which one I was going to do first, and so on. So here's our dog. So that's what we're going to animate. All right. So I'm jumping, wasting a little bit of time here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep. Actually, I just drew on the wrong side of my paper here. So this is my guide. This is my guide. I got to stay within these lines in order for it to be seen. But let's have them running. I want to have them kind of running and kind of just loping along, and draw them over here. And keep it really loose.
Nikusha asks, Aaron, are you planning on doing any Christmas special lives? Any special Christmas live streams?
Yes, we will have a Christmas live stream.
And Marcelo asks, what are cuts that you're mentioning about before?
Well, a cut is when you cut away to a different shot. So you see cuts all the time. A lot of times, if you've done your job right, a cut isn't. You don't realize a scene is cutting, but it's like cutting from a close up to a wide shot or things like that. That's a cut.
Yeah. So for instance, like we got this over the shoulder, but then say we come to me, that's a cut. Then we go back to them, that's a cut too.
Yeah. So in a movie, there we go. You get this body stretched right out. There.
I wonder if I should scooch the camera.
Can you see it?
Well, it's just
My head's in the way.
your head's in the way of that hind leg there, so I'm just gonna scooch a little bit more this way. That's better. Oh, hang on. Here we go. That's better. I got it.
All right. There we go. So there's our dog. There's our first pose. And sometimes I'll even throw out my first pose once I get going.
I would like to see you draw any fantasy creatures someday, such as orcs, elves, goblins, etc.
I've done that quite a bit, actually. So a dog's head will go up and down. I'm going to have him really stretch out here. Right before he contacts the ground. I'm using just a big piece of graphite. I like using those when I'm animating like this because it forces me to stay loose.
Stay loose, loosey goosey.
Loose as a goose, baby.
All right. Cora Dawson asks, I know you've mentioned that you started off wanting to be an illustrator before you ended up in animation. My mistake. What aspects of illustration made you pursue it over another discipline at the start?
I did illustration because I wanted to work at National Geographic magazine. That was my goal. I didn't want to be a gallery painter, although I wanted to be a painter. So I didn't pursue fine arts. Although fine art and illustration training are basically the same, in my mind. There we go.
And Marcelo Fabio asks about storyboards. How many sketches do you do for a shot of, like 15 seconds?
It doesn't. It depends on what the action is in the shot. So there is no set number of boards that you do for a shot, even if you know the timing, because it really depends on what the action is. There could be a lot of fast action happening within a shot, and in that case, you would change up. You would change up, the number of boards you would do.
The way that I personally saw it was it depended on how complex the keyframings are per scene when it comes to like action stuff.
Well, once again, that it depends on the action, on how much action there is.
Martin Berger asks, will you animate a spider fin one day?
No.
The little thing that goes. Alina Sharni Alpha asks, have you ever drawn a greyhound before?
Yes, I have. Okay, here's our ground line, right along here. I'm going to make that our ground plane. So he's really reaching with this leg.
Amy Lucas says, hello, Aaron.
Hello.
When you're up against an ouchie deadline, how do you know a project is finished? And in terms of character animation, what would you prioritize?
Say that again.
When you're up against like a last minute deadline, how do you know a project is officially finished? And in terms of character animation during that time, how would you prioritize in that?
Well, you set quotas. That's how we always did it, and it's done when it's done. It's when it's all animated and in color or whatever the end product is, then it's done. So I was never one to worry about, shoot, brought it up too far. I was never one to go, no, we got to work on this more. No, I could very easily just say, nope, it's done. There we go. Bring that leg back a little bit more.
Nikusha Melikishvili.
Wow.
A really cool last name. I hope I pronounced it right. Asks Aaron, what tips would you give to us about creating characters?
Well, know the character before you start drawing. Know who it is. Write the character. Know that character inside and out. And if you can do that, then that's going to help you. That's going to help you along the way as you start to design, because the more you know that character, let me break that arm right there. There we go. The more you know the character, the more it's going to just draw itself. Now here, I'm going to start to bring his head back up.
Arturo Garcia asks, what's your favorite dog breed? My family used to have lots of Caucasian shepherds, which were massive, fluffy dogs that looked like bears.
I don't know that I have a favorite. I mean, I love our English bulldog Violet. She was just an amazing. She was awesome. But I love my little mutt that we've got now. Achilles is, he's just a mutt, but he's awesome. So you can see how that body kind of recoils in here, and the head is going to be really driving. The ears coming down. The head's going to be driving forward.
Jay Price asks, are you a believer that dogs can look like their owners, or is that just a myth?
No, I believe that. That you can definitely. You're going to get the follow through on that tail just right. So I just keep this really loose.
Fernando Sinistro asks, cats, dogs, and horses run similar. Could you explain a little about their differences when animating these animals?
Well, there's lots of differences. If you're talking about cats, dogs, and horses, you've got completely different builds. You've got lots of different weight. A horse is incredibly heavy. So here you can see I'm bringing that head up. But, you know, a horse barely comes off the ground a second time. So it's kind of arguable that they don't really. But horses, or dogs and cats, they'll come off the ground twice. And depending if you're talking about a house cat or a big cat. See how that's coming around, that tail gets that overlap.
Arthur Cordiero asks, hey Aaron, are there any plans for big sales on the year subscription in the near future? P.S. I wanted to mention that I love the hawk picture that Dustin posted yesterday on Instagram. Thank you.
Yeah, we're going to have some sales. We got Christmas coming up. Yes.
And you think the hawk picture was a nice one yesterday? You should see the kingfisher one that I posted today. That was probably the best shot that I got from that day, with that kingfisher just diving straight down.
Yeah.
Laura Lee asks, which do you prefer for animation, paper or digital?
If I'm trying to get a project done and it's under time constraints, then I like doing it digitally. But, you know, there's something really cool about animating on paper because you have something physical at the end that you can hold on to, you know? I like that. There, you can see them. How's that look on the flip? Can you see it?
Yeah. Looks good. Looks sweet. Doesn't look like Nick has anything on.
I think Nick's busy doing something.
Busy.
Nick will soon be moving to Orlando. Right here with us.
Actually, Nick just messaged me just now, said, don't forget Deep Thoughts.
Deep Thoughts is up.
Are you sure that's Deep Thoughts?
It never...
Let me
do it, because I had it up. Can you... you know, I have it in the bookmarks.
Yeah. You keep doing your thing and I'll fix this.
Okay, do you know where my bookmarks are?
I'll
up top. It's up top, Dustin.
I'll figure it out.
Okay.
I got it right here.
It looks like it failed or didn't load or something.
Most
I
likely.
had it pulled up earlier. So I kept looking up and there wasn't anything there. So Nick, I thought maybe you were just doing something. So here you'll see the head come up I'll really drag that either.
There we go. And I'm just going to slide this right here.
You're able to find it?
Yep.
Oh, you got to hit Control minus to bring the size of the type down.
Yeah, one.
Command minus. Oh.
Oh. No.
I'll do it.
Oh, there we go. I got it.
All right.
It was command minus, not
That's what I
control
just
minus.
said. Command.
You said.
I said control, and then I said command.
I did not hear. I didn't hear command at all. I just heard controls. Anyways, back up. We're back up and running.
So here, this is where you'll start to get this stretch from the head down through the back feet or the front feet here.
Uncle Travis is on, says, "Ooh, I want that pencil holder."
Nope. Nope.
How about no?
And here, this is where you'll get an overlap. You get the legs will overlap each other. That's a terrible drawing. Even loose, it's a terrible drawing. Don't draw like that.
Our Fabian asks, how do you learn the anatomy in different types of dogs? And what do you recommend?
Well, the anatomy is basically the same from dog to dog. You've got all the same parts. You just got to remember, you know, how they squish up. You know, like here we've got a long, lanky dog, you know, which is a Great Dane. But then you could go, you know, a Great Dane has got a head, you know, and the top of the head and the top of the nose are parallel with each other. That's a trait for all dogs, pretty much. You've got a floppy ear that comes down. You've got the nice neck, and then the shoulder area right here. Long legs that come down. You've got this shape to the body. Right there, you got the hips and the pelvis. Okay, so there, real quickly in the feet and the tail. All right, so there's a Great Dane. I drew the head a little big, but you get the idea. Okay, so that's what we're drawing today. But if I'm drawing, let's say Miss Violet, still you've got the head, and it's going to be flat on top, comes down, and you've got a little snout there, but instead there's a little wrinkle on top. I'm sure the bulldogs like to have a jaw that juts out. And her ears can come down the same way like that. Now instead of a nice, slender, long neck, you get a kind of a thick neck. Like so. And big, beefy shoulders. Instead of long legs like this, you get the same thing, except they're just shorter, like so. And instead of a long, slender body, you still get this S shape, but you just got to fatten it up, like so. So it's all the same parts. See? And then just a little squiggly tail. So from dog to dog, and then you can just repeat that from dog to dog. You got to understand how they're different from species to species. But like I said, all the parts are the same.
We got Colby Evans here, and it is his birthday today. And he commented, "Woo! Aaron is live on my birthday."
Right on.
Happy birthday, Colby.
Okay, so Nick's come up. Any Twitch question? Any tips on cleanup? Yeah, with cleanup, the biggest thing is don't get too stiff. You know, you have to clean up that line, yes, but you don't want to lose the integrity of the drawing, which is the freshness. So keep those lines, you know, try not to chisel them. That's one of the mistakes that people make. They get in there and they start chiseling that line. And it's, you know, still, even though you're cleaning up, try to keep it fairly loose in the way that you approach it, right? Okay, so I'm going to bring this head up. Might be getting a little big. That's all right. I'm just going to leave it. I'll make it a little smaller on the next one. So here, now the foot's come back like so, you see? When you get this chest up, because he's pushed off of that back leg. And here, the back leg here is coming forward.
Is this dog going to step on a Lego?
No. Remember, the front legs go on the inside, the back legs come on the outside when they're running.
Are you ready for more questions?
Sure.
Marcos Gomez asks, you were an animator before being a director. Is that the best way to become a director, or what do you recommend?
No, I really think a lot of really successful directors were story artists first. They really understood story, and I struggled with story. I didn't understand it as well because I wasn't involved, and so it was a big learning curve for me. So I recommend really understanding story before you go in as a director.
But there are directors nowadays that came from all different sorts of departments, like visual effects.
Oh, sure. Stunt. Yeah, but the bottom line is you got to understand story.
Right.
So here I'm going to start to bring that head back around. The body's coming back up.
Nakusha asks, Aaron, what do you enjoy more, animation or drawing? Like, do you like just doing a simple sketch, or do you like actually animating?
I love animating. You know, there's something about being able to draw a simple sketch and then watching it come to life, you know? I'm gonna push that chest out.
And Alexandria Tarver asks, would you give us a brief summary on timing and animation?
On what?
In animation, on a summary on timing.
Well, timing is all subjective, right? It's what might feel right timing for me might feel wrong to somebody else, and so, but there are certain things like dog running, for instance, that you can't really argue because it is what it is. You can't, you know, it'll look wrong if it's done in any other way. But timing is really, it's for me, it's almost like music, because you don't want your timing to feel even, because it's boring, and music is really the same. And you want it to have rhythm, you know, you want it to have texture. That's going to be you want the tail, I want it to feel like there's some bones in it. There we go. So here, once I get something like this done, then you can go through and make the drawings really pretty. and often I'll go back. I got to check where I started. Here's where we started. And he looks like he's shrinking a little bit, so I got to make sure that he doesn't shrink. Here's that ear going to fly up.
Are you ready for another question?
Yeah.
I really do hope I pronounce this name right. Suyugan, Roxana, says, "Hi, Aaron and Dustin.
Hello.
Hello. I'm an art college student from Romania, and for my English presentation, I want to talk about you.
Oh.
Is there anything you want to say for my final slide?"
Is there anything I want to say?
Yeah, is there anything you would like for her to put on her final slide on your behalf?
Oh, no, I just, I first of all, I appreciate that very much. And, for me, it's just all about, art and creating animation. It's all, this is something you don't have to do. It's not integral to life. It really is just kind of putting beauty back out there and really trying to get people to see the world in different ways. And if you can do that as an artist, then you're achieving something, at least in my opinion, right? And so just keep putting beauty back into the world. I'm always talking about that, and I don't mean it as lip service. I mean it for real. I feel very strongly about it.
And Kunal asks, "Sir, is this style of animation you're doing a straight ahead approach?"
Yes. This is definitely straight ahead.
And Colby's asking the big question: when is Snow Bear going back into production?
Soon. How can I get better at cartoony anatomy? Well, by studying real anatomy. You study real anatomy and then you caricature it. It all comes down to looking at real life. Look at life and then you can caricature it. You've got to be an expert at real anatomy. Do you ever worry about making a non-voiced animated fit in a certain time frame? Oh, fit into a certain time frame. I.e. 3 seconds long, or do you storyboard animate and it's however long it ends up being? Well, it depends on the parameters of what it is that I'm drawing. So if I keep it open-ended, then a lot of times I won't worry about it. But I really don't have any problem trying to make something fit either. If the action works in storyboard, then it's going to work in animation. There we go.
And Erica's asking, will you be watching Wolfwalkers later today?
Yes, I will. I've been so excited to see it.
I really want to watch that movie.
We'll come over and watch it.
Wolfwalkers.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, Wolfwalkers, which is a new film by Cartoon Saloon, is out today on Apple TV. Nick and I had the pleasure of being at Cartoon Saloon 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, and it was wonderful.
Yeah, I think the first movie I watched of theirs was Book of Kells.
Yeah, and then they also did Song of the Sea.
Song of the Sea, I don't know that one. if I were to be completely honest with you.
So here we can, now the body here now is going to be completely compressed. I mean, not complete, it's coming out of that complete compression now. We can get this nice flow through the body. So you can see, let's see if I can flip this for you. Yeah, it's coming up pretty nicely.
And Uncle Travis says, "Thank you, my brother, for inspiring all of us to start animating traditionally on paper."
That's right. Yeah, I was animating on paper and showed Travis. The next thing you know, Travis is animating on paper. I love it. Do you ever think the traditional hand-drawn 2D animation industry is dead and fully transitioned over to Harmony rigged puppet animation? No, not at all.
One word, Klaus. No said.
Yeah.
Zishan Zoltan asks, "I have only one question, sir.
Okay.
I was animating towards the end of 2018, and now I am out struggling with the art style and anatomy practice. What to do? What should I do to get back on animation? Please motivate me about this, sir."
Well, you're gonna have to motivate yourself. I'm not gonna motivate you. But what the question was, how do I get back into? Say it again.
How do I get back in the groove of animating and learning the anatomies, and like how do I get back on the horse?
By doing it.
Do it.
Everybody, you younger generation, I don't get it. Just do it.
Come on, do it. Oh, thank God, my pronunciation was on point for Suyugan. Really cool name, by the way. Nikusha asks, "Have you done voice acting?"
A little, but not really.
I did some scratch voices for Tembo, and
Yes,
one student, one student did ask a favor of me to do a voice for a college thing, and that was like a very, very tiny thing, but it was still fun. Valentina Okami asks, "What's your favorite animal to draw?"
I love drawing big cats. Lately, I've loved drawing dogs, obviously. There we go.
Martin Berger jokes saying, "If Aaron would have been the one that written Star Wars, they wouldn't have said 'May the Force be with you always.' They'd say, 'Put your shopping cart away, always.'"
Always.
"Luke, put your shopping cart away, always." "These are not the carts you're looking for."
There we go. See that push off? Boom. We're right back into the cycle. This time I'm going to have him come down. I'm going to have him jump up. And then when he comes down from that, he's going to stumble and tumble.
Fernando Sinistro says, "Hi, Aaron."
Hello.
"Hello. I'm currently creating animations for my upcoming game, Shadow Kitty. Have you ever seen Cuphead and Dragon's Lair?
Yes.
What do you think about these games with real animation?"
I love it. I love them.
They need to make more.
Yeah.
More games like that. Like I'm not gonna lie, I could not finish Cuphead because it was just too difficult even for me to play. But the art style blew my mind on that. And they need to make more. And in fact, I think I might be wrong, but I thought I heard that they might be making a sequel to Cuphead.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I think they're making a Cuphead 2. I might be wrong though.
You might be wrong.
I might be. I just
No
might.
way.
There is such thing as being wrong, Dad. Thomas Carl Blaise asks, does seeing animation errors ever frustrate or annoy you?
No. I don't see a lot of errors. Not at all.
Nick Hazel says, you're back, and so am I. I just renewed my annual membership.
That's awesome. I love it. Thank you.
And Thomas Gonzalez Jr. asks, are there any tips or tricks to quote unquote keep on model while you animate on paper?
Yeah, you know, always look back at your earlier drawings. That always helps. And just keep comparing. And draw that character a lot. That helps.
I'm not quite sure how to pronounce the first name, so I'm just going to try the last name. Mr. Zajak asks, do you have any tips on basic and detailed cat, big and small anatomy? No matter how I try, there's always something off.
For big cat and little cat anatomy?
Yeah, like, do you have any tips on any basic or detailed cats?
Well, I mean, for cats, it's a lot about the slenderness of them, the gracefulness of them, right? So, hold on, because I'm drawing a dog, I gotta get my brain in the right place.
Woof. Bark, bark.
So that's our dog. But with a cat, first of all, a lot of times the head to body is smaller. The head is smaller, but you've got this kind of angle change here on the top of the head, and a lot of times they walk more with their head. See that nice long slenderness to their body. Here I'm making the body a little big compared to the head, but still. There's just a much more slender feel to them. And if you look at the back leg, the ankle to toe distance is shorter right here than a dog. That longer tail. I mean, I could go on and on. There's tons of things that are different, but there's also tons of things that are the same. So it's just keep doing it. You'll start to see it the more you do it.
Gabriel Garcia asks, hi, Aaron.
Hi.
Have you done animation about the ancient civilizations of Mexico, Aztec, Mayan, etc., and the mythology like Quetzalcoatl and Feathered Serpent? Or
No.
The Feathered Serpent?
I have not.
Have you ever thought about it?
Yeah, I'd love to. I've always thought it was interesting. Make sure I'm in the right. There's my ground plane. Right there. I'd love to. So here I'm going to start bringing that head back up again. I'm going to have them lead the contact with the ground.
Adriano Moria says, you mentioned knowing the character first. This seems as a strong, well-built dog with self-confidence on his running. How do you react professionally if the director sees and says, I wanted a meek, humble, and insecure dog start over again without punching him in the face?
Well, first of all, I wouldn't have been that far off. You always talk to the director before you start. So you never would have been that far off anyway. And I've always had challenges like that. You know, I've had directors that were much more difficult than others. And you learn how to roll with them. You learn how to work around them.
Have any of them ever like changed their minds on a character while you were like halfway through them?
Yes, many times. Many movies. You know, I was originally supposed to do the villain on Mulan, but the villain in Mulan at the time was a character called Balgung. And so I was 6 months into designing and doing test animation of Balgung when they rewrote the story and changed the villain to the Shan Yu. See here, I'm going to have him jump up. That's why he's coming down. And his legs are coming up a little soon.
I do hope I pronounce his name properly. Zhao Ferreira asks, hey, Aaron.
Hey, how's it going, Nate?
There are many questions you always answer, but what kind of questions do you notice that people never ask about animation?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. I've never had that one asked. I don't know. That's a good one.
The question that makes you question about the questions that people ask.
Yeah.
Or more like the question that people don't ask.
That's good. So I'm going to have him jump up.
Oh, Becky Lockley says, my 4-year-old said hello.
Hello.
He always does when I watch your tutorials. He loves your work.
Oh, thanks.
Hello, little one. Hello.
See how these back legs are coming up a little quick before he's got the front feet under him? Because what's going to happen, he's going to get those feet down quickly. And he's going to do like a bound, a big bound.
A great big bound.
Yeah, I'm just kind of going straight ahead and just playing it out and see what happens. I don't know where I'm going with this. I do know I kind of want to make him kind of flip around in the air, or not in the air, but hit the ground, you know? YouTube question: which Disney animation took you the most time? Oh, that's a good question. I mean, the scene where I did Beast and Belle arguing in front of the fireplace when she's trying to bandage him, that took me several months to do that. You know, it's just a little 1.5-minute sequence. There's a lot in there. But then, you know, if you're talking about animation overall, I was on Mulan the longest out of all the movies, and I had the most characters. because I was doing not only Yao, but I was doing the ancestors. I gotta actually, that gap is too big. I gotta bring that front foot forward. I had the all the ancestors along with Yao, so that was a lot of characters that I had to do, and I was doing those with Byron Howard was working with me, who's the director of Zootopia and Tangled, and among others. There we go.
To kind of flip on the opposite side of that question, I would like to ask, what was the shortest?
Oh, I've had shots that were 8 frames. Just, 8 frames long. I've had shots that I did in half an hour.
Wow.
To just get it out.
But do you remember which project that was part of?
I've had them on almost every project.
And Nakusha asks, do you have like a certain favorite style, or do you always use different styles depending on the character?
Depends on the character. Well, it depends on, not the character. The character is going to match the style of whatever it is that I'm working.
Raven Rose Tempest asks, is it hard to do animation? I'm a beginner and haven't made any progress.
Yeah, it's hard. Animation's always hard. It's always hard. But you just kind of work your way through it. YouTube question. I always get constantly smaller each drawing when animating, so slightly it's not quite noticeable when compared to the last picture. Is there a beginner trick to avoid this? Yeah, because I do exactly the same thing. I think a lot of animators suffer that. You got to continually compare back to your earlier drawings. Always look back to your earlier drawings to make sure that you're staying consistent.
Or just make sure to get tasked with the job of the character walking away from the scene.
Yeah.
That always fixes the problem.
Yeah.
Gustavo Zebra asks, Aaron,
Yeah.
which of your personal qualities helped more to succeed in your career? To help you succeed, which quality?
I think it's the ability and the want to work with others. I love working with other people, and with animation, you have to be really collaborative. This is where it looks like our dog's taking a dump.
Sara Ferrari asks, I struggle with creating more cartoon characters. I get too focused on proportions and it ends up too realistic and lacks expression. Do you have any tips on creating more caricatured features?
Yes. I force myself to, first of all, don't settle too quickly. And I force myself to draw over what I've just done and exaggerate it more. And keep exaggerating and keep exaggerating until you've exaggerated it too much. Keep pushing yourself. Because I do the same thing. Not too bad. I've almost got the same size. I haven't shrunk up too much. So we've got 2 strides so far. I'm gonna have to pull some of this paper off. What character that made it into a movie did you struggle with animating the most? I've struggled with every character that I've ever animated, first of all. I know that sounds funny, but it's true. The Beast was always a big struggle. The Beast was such a big character. And to draw him just right the way Glenn Keane wanted us to draw him. There's a long learning curve on that. Glenn Keane was the supervisor of the beast, and it took a while for us to really learn how to draw him.
I have my own personal question, because before directing Brother Bear, you directed the small short of Goofy of how to be a ghost,
How to hunt a house,
or how to hunt a house. My mistake.
Yeah.
How much of that was already planned ahead, like before you became the director for that?
That one was basically a movie in a box. It was all planned out already.
And all it was just getting the voices together, getting the animators together.
The voices were already done.
Oh, even
so
the voices.
It was really, I was just, all I did was direct the making of it, just the actual execution of it.
Was it just shelved over the years?
No, it was TV animation had it, and they just needed they didn't have anyone to make it. They needed help getting it made, and so they sent it to us to do it, and I was available to direct it, so that's how I ended up getting it.
Huh.
How to Hunt a House. Yeah, it's on YouTube. If you look it up on YouTube, you can see it. That was the first thing I ever directed.
How to Hunt a House.
Do you have any framed cells from films that you've worked on? I was curious what your favorite one would be. I do. They're all in storage. I've got a few. I got some nice Pocahontas ones. I can't remember if I have any other ones. I got a few. Okay, so here, now, this is what's going to happen. Now, I'm going to have him really kind of scrunch down. He's going to take the weight. Doggone it. He's going to take the weight here.
This is kind of a left field question, but I just started thinking of it from Goofy. The Goofy movie, was that the California studio that worked on that? Like,
Yep.
Which studio worked on that? Was it California?
No, it was TV. It was done in California, but it was TV animation.
Oh, really?
Yep. I think actually some of it may have been done in Australia.
Oh, really? Down under?
Down under.
And I also forgot. Did it go straight to VHS, or did it actually premiere?
I think it was
in theaters?
theatrical.
It was theatrical. Could you back up, Mr. Foot? You're out of focus.
Right here?
Huh?
Right there?
No, I was just
I
was saying the Bigfoot line.
You think they'll make a Brother Bear 3? No, I don't.
Nope. I think two is more than enough.
So you can see here what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get him to really kind of jump up in the air. Like he's jumping over something.
What do you think about Klaus?
I love Klaus.
It's probably my favorite movie on Netflix.
I think Sergio Pablo is a genius. He's one of my favorite people in animation. And he's the director. He's the director of it.
And I think it's at this point, is my personal favorite of all of the current animation features.
So here, you can see we finally got the other foot down.
Jao Ferreira asks, do you have plans for the future to make a movie similar to Spider-Verse? What do you think?
No, I don't. I'd like to. I think it's cool. but no, I don't. Okay, I gotta put these over here for a second.
And what kind of pencil is that you're using there?
It's just a piece of graphite in a big pencil holder. And a piece of graphite. It's a graphite holder. Yeah, put it like this, like that.
You all right over there?
Over here. There we go.
You good?
I'm good.
You good?
There we go. Because once we get this animated, then we're gonna shoot it. So I'm bringing this head up even more.
How much time does creating a character take for you?
A few weeks, a lot of times. To create a character, it takes a few weeks.
Have you ever created a character in just a day?
Yeah, but it wasn't very good.
I'm sure it was just like the very base foundation.
Yeah. So what I'm looking to do here is really get that body to stretch.
I designed the character, which is a woman with black hair, black clothes, with so much black that it seems like it's going to lose a lot of clarity in the design. Do you have any idea on how to possibly adjust this?
Take some black out. If you think it's going to lose clarity, then you got to put the clarity in. So then I would take some of that. If it's the black that's causing it, which I doubt it is. I mean, you can have all black characters dressed in black hair, black clothing, and still have it clear. I mean, look at Darth Vader, right?
Yeah. I mean, you could also possibly add other colors to kind of complement the accents of the clothing or something. Like,
yeah,
look up like different fashion magazines or something and just kind of look.
Well, it's not just that, but to me, it's about a design.
But just as like a form, as a reference point.
Yeah.
Of like the idea of like trying to use different colors.
See how he comes in and he's taking a big leap, a big jump.
A leap forward. One small.
Did you hear?
Yeah.
Did you hear Achilles?
Yeah. One small jump for dog, one giant leap for man's best friend.
Man, I'm thirsty.
You know when you get to Diet Coke?
Yeah, can you? They're out in the side there, by the small kitchen, by the small refrigerator.
Yeah, the second one.
Yeah, on the right side. Just get like a soda water out of there.
Oh, soda water.
Yeah, man, I'm super thirsty.
I can grab one for myself.
Go for it.
Be right back, folks.
There we go. Anthropomorphism is a consistent theme in animation. Was there an introductory course for that at Disney, or was it more of a regular workshop during your career? You know, there was never any. There was never a course in it, no. But it was just something we learned along the way.
That's your orange grapefruit.
Yes, that's exactly the flavor I like. Here you go. Oh, thank you.
Oh. And I grab myself a Diet Coke, if that's all right.
Yep.
Little cute little Diet Coke mini. You're so cute and adorable.
Oh, that's so good.
Feeling better?
That's the spot.
You're hitting the spot right.
Yep.
Right. Eric Nieto asks, how do you shoot the animation? Do you scan the papers or use a camera?
No, we've actually got a brand new setup. We got a camera right here, and I'm going to be using that in just a little bit. Here's this big push off right here.
In that particular setup there, is that what you used to use for animation back at Disney, or did you guys actually use like a scanner?
Well, we would use we had cameras in our offices, so we could test the animation before we sent it out. And so, but then once it got sent out, then it was shot on, in the camera department on film. There we go. Look at that nice, long, elegant dog.
Doggy.
Doggy, doggy.
Doggy, doggy.
There we go.
And Nakusha asks, while designing and creating a character, do you imagine what life that person had and what
Yep.
that person has been going through?
Yep. I think about all of that. That's what makes it real.
Makes it real.
You making fun of me?
Huh?
You making fun of me?
No. I'm just making fun of you. It's nothing. No big deal.
You making fun of me? No, you're making fun of me.
What would you say was your favorite project to work on so far? What would you say was your favorite project to work on so far?
Say that again, Dustin.
What would you say was your favorite project to work on so far?
Two, Brother Bear and The Lion King.
Not Brother Bear 2, just Brother Bear.
Yeah, and Brother Bear, I mean, there's times I wanted to quit and just go home.
Now, was that because of the crew, or was that just because of...
Both. I mean, I couldn't, there was just frustration of not being able to do it, thinking I bit off more than I could chew, that I was a sham, all of that. There's that classic dog leap.
Do you realize that in all the history of your channel, you still haven't drawn Pocahontas? You said you worked on that character as well, right?
I did. I can't remember how to draw her. I haven't drawn her since I went off the movie. I hated working on that movie. I love the movie. I love Eric and Mike, the directors. Those are great guys. I just really did not enjoy working. And I worked with Glenn. I found Pocahontas a character just to be kind of a boring, very hard to draw character.
Just because of their hair?
No, her hair was actually one of the cooler things about it.
You just like drawing like lions and tigers and bears all
No, I
night.
like drawing humans too. I mean, I really enjoyed drawing Yao and the ancestors. It's just that the style of the animation was meant to be very contained. And it was just really hard.
Mm. Kirk Michael asks, Aaron, have you...
Yes. Hey, how you doing, Kirk Michael?
Hello, Kirk. Captain Kirk. Aaron, have you memorized a lot of animal walks and run cycles so you don't need reference as much?
No, I have not. I'd like to say that I have, but I haven't. Your basic ones I have. But a lot of times I just think about the physics, how that animal is built. And I think about, just literally the physics of gravity and how gravity might affect that build of that animal. And that's what I let guide me. I'll also look at reference, obviously.
This is just cute. My 18th month old grabs his paper, pad, and pen every time I turn on one of your videos, you are educational for all ages.
All right. I love it. That's about how old I was when I started. So there you go. There, see he's up in the air there? This is a nice classic kind of hunting dog pose when they're jumping into the water. Now you can see how they get there. Whee, whee, whee.
Eric Nieto says, I shared Miss Violet Makes a Friend with my kinder class today.
Oh, cool.
They loved it. It's such a cute animation.
Oh, I'm glad. Thank you. Well, spread the word. Share that. I want it to go viral.
Sharing the love.
There. I like this pose. There we go. Feel that? Does it show up?
Yes. I can see clearly now you're
There he goes.
animating.
Okay, so now he's going to come down. Actually, I'm going to in-between into that. I want this to be a nice, he's kind of like floating.
You're going to tween it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Wait a minute, I'm the leader.
First of all, thanks for sharing your skills. My question is how to set yourself goals for everyday practicing. What helps establishing the right mindset? I don't really have goals. I don't set out and say, oh, I'm going to accomplish this today. You know, the best thing you can do is just get your paper dirty and draw. That really is, if you set that goal to do it every day, that's the biggest thing. Do it every day, or as often as you can, and you will just start to learn. And look at other people, look at other styles, and just ways that people do things that inspire you. And you know, don't see it as plagiarism or copying. You're learning. That's how I always thought of it. And because you're gonna make it your own anyway. So I always am inspired by other people. And if they do something that I go, hey, that's really cool, I'd like to try that, then that gives me something new to learn.
Jorge says, what's your opinion on art schools like Cal Arts to make it in the industry? And thank you for your wisdom and advice.
Well, I don't know Cal Arts that well. I didn't go there. I know a lot of people that did go there. As far as getting placed in the industry, I don't know how well schools are doing that nowadays. But I do believe that you can get an education without going to college nowadays, just with everything that's online. You know, and you don't need a college degree to get a job in the animation industry. You just got to be able to animate. Now, that being said, you might learn more in an environment where you have like-minded people and peers and that sort of thing. So it really depends on how you learn what suits you best. But at one time I would have said, yes, you need to go to college, but I don't believe that anymore. Especially with the cost point of college. I think college is way too expensive.
Way up there.
There we go. Leaping up in the air. I want to remind everyone that today is your last chance to get How to Pitch Your Ideas with Chuck Williams, because it's going to be going on sale today. So
Oops.
if you sorry, hold on, I'm thinking. If you want to get that and get it 50% off, go over to creatureartteacher.com and I really recommend the course. So you know, one of the more common asked questions that we get is, you know, how do I get my ideas out there? And Chuck is one that's done it a lot. My old comrade,
My old friend.
yes. And he's now producing, and he's got quite a few projects that he's got, you know, picked up and that he's developed, that he's that have development deals and that sort of thing, and he's kind of helping us kind of spread the wisdom on how to do that.
And Nikusha says, my mom's favorite animation movie is Brother Bear. She has watched it like a million times, and I'm thankful that you worked on it. It's amazing.
Well, thank you. Tell your mom she has great taste.
Rowanika asks, which character you created do you like the most? Personally, I love Brother Bear.
I love Brother Bear too. Not Brother Bear 2, but also.
It's one of those things where you have to be very specific on what you say.
Yeah. Twitch question, Aaron, a vintage Disney animation desk just like yours up for auction recently. Starting price was $6,000. Is it worth it? It's a little high, but it's worth it if the desk is in good shape.
If it's in good shape and
yeah,
you like history.
This is definitely honestly the best desk I've ever had. Of course, I've had this desk for 25 years.
Yeah, with
I've
the
had
amount
this desk
of
for almost 30 years actually.
Yeah, the desk at this point, because of everything has gone through, it's practically priceless.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this desk I animated The Lion King and Pocahontas and Mulan and Beauty and the Beast.
And, when the person asks what character that you worked on was your favorite, I think.
Oh, I didn't answer.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the Beast. I think he's always going to be one of my favorites, and I love doing Nala too.
I would say my personal favorite that you worked on is Yao and the head ancestor, especially the head ancestor.
Yeah, he was fun to do too.
Because
they all hold a special place, you know. They're all real in my mind.
But it's just my all time favorite sequence that you did was the first reveal of the head ancestor, how he blooms out.
Yeah.
He just waves his hand and the cane, his cane takes form,
his staff,
and he just his staff, and just in one swoop, one swipe, he just makes the cane and grabs it. I always thought that was such a cool motion.
Thanks. Yeah, it took me forever to figure it out. So I've got some extra drawings in the peak of his leap.
Do you find animating different animal walk styles, such as cats, to be more of a challenge draw or more fun?
They're just different. I don't think they're all equally challenging. But they're just different.
Sana says, your human anatomy course easily replaced 2 of my intro to drawing classes in college, and it was much more enjoyable. I like learning from artists who were actually successful in the industry. Thanks for doing what you do.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And Zhao asks, how did you feel when you started working in the animation industry?
Oh, I felt overwhelmed. I felt excited. It wasn't, you got to remember too, though, it wasn't like what it is now because the big movies hadn't come out yet. So the animation industry was still kind of it's like, well, you know, it's kind of cool.
Like, not bad.
When I got started, Oliver and Company You know, when I was an intern, Oliver and Company wasn't even out yet. The last movie that was out was it Great Mouse Detective, I think, or Black Cauldron.
For when you started,
Yeah.
I think I always said that the movie Oliver and Company was in the works when you were.
No, that's what I just said. You didn't hear what you didn't listen to what I was saying.
I was focusing on other stuff. Okay.
No,
Okay.
I said it was in the works while I was training. So I'm trying to remember what the last movie was that had come out up to that point. I think it was either Mouse Detective or Cauldron.
I don't know.
All right. So I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to work it to where he's going to stumble. That's what I'm trying to get to. Did you ever work on a Mickey Mouse cartoon or the movie Alice in Wonderland? I did work on a Mickey Mouse. I worked on Prince and the Pauper. But I didn't animate Mickey. I animated, what's his name? The big guy, the Bluto-looking guy. I can't remember his name. Peg Leg Pete. Pete. Thank you. Gotta find that ground plane again. There it is.
Wow, just one live stream until Christmas. Really? Oh yeah. Because next week is 18th, and then the week after next is Christmas.
Yep.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
Let's do a quick flip. All right, George Michael.
Sure.
Let's give it a flipper flopper.
Flipper flopper.
Well, there's not many drawings there.
Uh-oh. A little lower. There you go. Can we get the focus on that?
There's that big leap.
Oh.
That's kind of fun. Big leap. All right, good. Got a few more drawings. How long have we been at it? What time is it?
Well, let me get back over here so I can see the time. It is 2:35.
Okay.
So I've been at it for about an hour and a half
I'll
ish.
draw for another 30 minutes. I'm not sure I'll get totally all the way through the stumble, but we'll try.
Get through the fumble.
The stumble.
The stumble fumble.
The stumble fumble.
The stumble fumble fumble fumble. We gotta win.
Here we go.
Let's see.
There, I got the stumble in my head now. I got it just right.
Stumble.
Stumble. Stumble, stumble, stumble.
Stumble fumble.
Oh, I want to remind you guys too that I've still got a few spots left on my live event tomorrow. I'm going to be going over animal character design, specifically dogs, like I've been doing today, and then we're going to animate on paper again. Today's kind of the warm up for that.
Yeah, today's kind of a testing ground.
Yeah. And so if you go over to creatureartteacher.com/live, you can find more information. Am I getting in the way again?
No, it's just it was a bit out of focus. It was focusing on your head.
Oh,
Yeah, I think when I hit the autofocus button and walked away, I think you might have leaned in and it focused on your head instead of the paper.
gotcha.
Watching the flip is like seeing magic happen in front of me, right before your very eyes.
Right before your eyes. I know when I first started in animation and I started seeing when I'd watch animators do this, I thought it was magic.
That's kind of how I felt with 3D depth,
Yeah.
because I remember my very first experience seeing a movie in 3D was
Yeah.
Beowulf.
Oh yeah.
And then after that, I just fell in love with 3D films, and I always thought that either the 3D was, when it came to CG, it was just simply adding a second camera, but B, when it came to live action, I always thought it was just straight up just a 3D camera.
Yeah.
But when I joined Digital Domain along with Dad, I had no idea that there were actually departments that actually create the 3D depth after the fact.
Yeah.
And
That's how you got involved with it.
yeah. I remember
Here, I'll have his foot way out here. Sorry, go ahead, Dustin.
No, but yeah, the very first scene in Beowulf, when it's like the big party and everything like the food coming right out of the screen, I'm like, oh my god, it's crazy. But the scene when Grendel first pops into the scene from above, like, oh my, like I actually jumped out of my seat. Terrified the heck out of me.
Oh, it's not real. It's okay.
It's
all right, little buddy.
okay.
See, look how awkward he's getting now.
I just don't like things jumping in my face.
Of course. Who does?
You'll be surprised. Do you need to have a background in animation to be in the visual development department?
Not necessarily, but it helps. I mean, you got to understand how animation works. So here, I'm trying to get him into the stumble, into the flip. He's going to roll. If you jump too high and... Just straight ahead. That's all we're doing.
Yeah.
Straight ahead. Straight on till morning.
Stay thirsty, my friends. Hussein says, hello from Bahrain in the Middle East.
I've been to Bahrain. Actually went through Bahrain on my way to India.
Was this on your month-long trip, or
Yep.
was this?
That was on the month-long trip I did for Tembo.
Ah.
I just went to the airport in Bahrain. But go
Gotcha.
ahead. Sorry.
I don't want to make you look old, but I grew up watching your animation work. Thank you for everything you do, Aaron.
Thanks for making me feel old.
And I really hope I pronounce your name properly. Like, I always get paranoid about that. Like, I want to say out loud like who's asking all these questions, but there are all these such unique names from around the world, and I'm just like, am I pronouncing it right?
Yeah, you're all right. Oh, look at that. Oh, he's gonna get hurt.
He's going. He might end up doing a scorpion.
I heard that. Trying to keep those burps in.
I'm just trying to get the gas out.
Trying to get the gas out.
I got gas this morning.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. A poor little Great Dane's going to fall down. He's going to have a tumble. And I'm going to be the one to draw it. Sorry, buddy. Go da 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 da. Got to figure out the anatomy here. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Boom.
Hello, Aaron, Blaise, and team.
Hello.
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 Thanks. Thanks for the amazing tutorials. May I know when light of the animation desk should be turned on? I see in your videos it's always off. Is it not useful? Thank you.
I don't use it. I was trained to actually not use the light table, so I never use it. I never use it in animation. Mainly because I was trained to really try to see the animation itself rather than you'd start using the light table and you're looking at lines rather than the shapes. And that's not a really great way of seeing your animation. So if I don't use the light table, and you can see a little bit of ghosting through your paper, so that is kind of enough for me. But that's why you see me flipping so much, because rather than looking at line work, I'm trying to see the shapes as they animate through. And I could do that without the table.
Why are some of the classic movies such as Lion King not available on Netflix?
Because they're over on Disney Plus. Because they're Disney owned. I think he grew a little bit on me. Let's see. Oh no, he didn't grow too much. Especially if I keep that pelvis back here. These poses. What a dumb dog.
Dumb dog.
No, there's no such thing as a dumb dog.
They're only cute.
Keeping it loose.
What time does tomorrow's live stream start? I'm in the UK.
It starts at 11 o'clock Eastern Time Zone.
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, Martin.
Martin Burger?
What software are you using? Looks like real traditional animation.
Oh, Martin. Martin!
Martin.
Hey, Martin!
Marty. Great Scott. Erica Bay says, my dog fell off the couch the other day. It looked like Mufasa falling off the cliff. Long live the king.
That's pretty funny.
And Martin Burger asked
Like
Erica.
Mufasa falling off the cliff.
And Martin Burger asked Erica, what's the name of your dog? Han Solo?
I don't get it.
The Han Solo and the Force Unleashed. How he fell over.
Yeah.
When he, yeah.
Just throwing an in-between in here.
What's not Disney owned? Good question.
What's that?
What is not Disney owned these days, basically?
Well, that's a good question.
And reply to that saying, anything owned by Coca-Cola. Is there an animal, real or mythical, that you hope to animate for a movie someday?
Elephants.
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 What kind of paper are you using?
This is I don't know. It's just straight up animation paper. I get it from I get it from Cartoon Supplies. Cartoonsupplies.com. Burbank, California.
Is the dang gonna slide?
Yep.
Or slide down like, oh, I meant to do this.
Boy, am I look how far that pelvis is from the body. What a dork. There we go. Just want to get that to squash in. And he's just sliding into home plate. There we go. Reminder. Oh, yeah. Yeah, once again, I do want to, I just said a minute ago, but I do want to remind you that if you're interested in more of an educational stream, that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, where I'm going to be talking about design and my design theories and, you know, how I design these characters and all of that. Come on out. Go to creatureartteacher.com/live and you'll be able to join us. There we go. What you doing, Dustin?
Typing.
I wish I had a background. If we had a background that's skipping by, then you'd be able to see him slide. We could just have him stop.
Just. My Saluki, Weasels is her name, has a cute dorky trick. She goes from running flat to lying down, but kinda. Just falling over sideways because stop running first is too much effort.
There we go.
Kirk Michael asks, Aaron, will the Miss Violet cartoons be a regular thing?
Yes, we want them to be.
Warnberg says, Walt Disney was proud of Aaron when they first met.
Considering I don't have enough time to really get the whole tumble in here. But we got him down to a flat plane. I think we did about 60 drawings. I don't know.
Give or take ish.
Let me see.
Let me get the.
Oh, that's all right. Hold on. Just checking it. Yeah, there we go. Let's go ahead and shoot it.
Shoot it?
Yep. So I got to get up. Am I all tangled up here?
Let me.
We're gonna go ahead and shoot it. So we got to move the camera around a little bit.
If you have any issues of motion sickness of any kind, look away from the screen now. All right. Just
Which way am I? Which way?
back up to your right. Give us one moment, everybody. Pardon the camera jittery.
We gotta put this up here.
Uh-huh.
Right under the paper. Yep. All right.
You might have to speak up a little bit.
Yeah, I'll yell it. We'll get our first piece down there, like so. Turn the camera on.
The exposure is going to be a little bright on this end.
Okay, just go ahead and get it set up.
Yep.
On that end over there. I'm not going to be able to see questions, but we got a bunch of these we're going to shoot. Dustin's going to set up. This is called Dragon Frame.
Dragon Frame 4.
Dragon Frame 4. It's kind of a
And we
It's used
just
for stop motion a lot of times.
you know, just open up a new scene.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to do this? Yeah. Just type new, or go up to the left and new and
New
should start.
scene 1, frame rate 24.
Yep.
Take 1. Okay.
Yep. Just hit OK.
Save.
Oh, I just heard it grab over here.
Yep. All right.
Working?
Looks like it's working.
Good. All
All
right.
right, switching to
You go ahead.
animation
take some
tutorial.
pictures, and then I'll switch them out.
all right. Exposure's looking good,
Yep.
and firing.
Yep. Right on. It works. So we're gonna have to go through. We got quite a few drawings to go through here. Go ahead.
Come on. There we go.
Right on. This is just set up with my. I have a Canon 7D, and it goes right through my 7D. So it's kind of cool. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. There we go. So, sorry, we can't answer questions right yet.
We just want to get this out of the way.
This will take us a few minutes. So you can see, sit back and watch this. You see look how loose and scribbly these drawings are. This is what we would do when we were at Disney, especially real broad scenes like this. We'd go real loose and scribbly first and get the timing right, get all the motion right. And then once that was right, then we'd go back in and redraw everything. We'd rub these drawings down and then make them nice and pretty. But notice, loose doesn't mean sloppy. So what I mean by that is I've still got the right proportions and sizes and all that kind of stuff. You want to make sure that all stays consistent. I think we've only got a couple of seconds worth of animation here, which isn't too bad considering I was only animating for 2 hours.
Right.
Or 3 hours, 2 hours. But you can get it all done in 2 hours.
Just depends on how loosely or complex the shot is.
Yeah, it's going to be very short. Right.
Yeah, the one with the big cat they did where you like really rendered out the details.
Oh yeah.
Like how many shots was that and how long did that take?
I think it was 8 drawings, 12 drawings, 10 drawings, 10 drawings. It took me a couple days. Right. Now something like the Violet and Pogo, that thing, that was working 8 hours a day or 6 hours a day for 2.5 weeks. There's over 800 drawings in there. Go ahead. And they're tied down, so it takes time.
What's the overhead light contraption you're using called?
The what?
I think you're asking those lights.
Oh, they're just lights.
Yeah, they came with the setup.
They're set up to go ahead. They're meant to illuminate from all over, so you don't get any shadows anywhere. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, and what software we're using? Currently, we're using Dragon Frame 4.
Yes, it actually talks to my camera. Did you get it?
Yep, got it.
It talks to my camera and sets it up, and it shoots. And I'm able to go in, and once all these are shot, I can adjust timing and all kinds of stuff. It's very cool. And I also think we haven't been able to do it yet, but I think we can pull these files into TV Paint as well. Here he is. He's going to fall. I think the fall is going to be kind of abrupt and kind of a whant. because I didn't do like a roll or anything. I think a roll would be more entertaining.
Yeah.
But I didn't have time for that. There you go. Nobody got time for that.
Anybody got time for that?
All right.
Yeah, so the way that this is working currently is we have the dad's Canon 7D on this contraption that's allowing it to shoot directly downward. We have an extra long USB cord that is connecting the camera to the computer that is currently on the other side of the office space. And with the Dragon Frame software also comes with a particular piece of hardware that kind of acts as the camera's remote from the computer. And so while Dad is laying out each image onto the table, I'm actually sitting at his desk taking each of the snapshots by pressing a simple button. And before we did the live stream, we made sure to make sure everything was in focus and in the right focal range, all that jazz. So
All that jazz.
and all that jazz.
Yeah, that's it. That's not very many frames. It's going to go by really quick.
Got it all set up.
Yeah. How does it look?
Is this one to loop?
There you go. Yeah. There you go. So it's not too bad.
Yeah.
But that's so you can see one of the things I wanted you to understand is you could see how loose I was being, but look, when you shoot it, it actually feels fairly tight. And actually, your brain is already, everything's already flying by, so it doesn't feel like he's just kind of stopping. It feels like he's still sliding.
Yeah, it kind of looks like
Yeah.
he's just kind of He's kind of just yeah.
But that was fun. And see, you can see by going back and adding those in betweens at the peak of his jump, it gets him to kind of float in the air a little bit. These are all done on ones. It's one drawing for every frame, and it's 24 frames per second. So, how many frames did we just shoot? 38. So we only got about a second and a half in there.
Yeah, about 37, 38 frames. Yeah, it says 38, 38 frames.
Yeah. So there you go.
Well, there you go.
So, yes, it's a long, tedious process. Yeah, and like I said, I can draw for 2 hours, and you only get about a second's worth of animation. But it's kind of cool. It's kind of fun. And if we had been doing stuff on twos, or slower animation where a character's just having a conversation, we could get a lot more done, and we'd have a lot more holds in between the drawings. But I'm going to go back here and sit.
Yep. I got you in the corner with it still looping.
Oh, cool.
Do you want me to just go straight to you, or
no? You can keep. Yeah, might as well, but let it play just a little bit
a little longer.
That's actually a lot of fun, and that's exactly kind of how I saw these Great Danes running around, and they were getting goofy like that, and they'd make these big jumps. And that's the other thing too. When there is no straight way of doing like a run cycle or whatever, because if you watch dogs or cats or any four-legged animal, they're always shifting their weight and running around and speeding up and slowing down and jump. It's just like we would do when we run, like a football player is dodging other players on the field. And so you've got to anticipate that sort of thing if you're animating it. And so that's what I was trying to show here. For him to do his big leap, he gets his feet underneath first, and that pushes him up into the air. You want to think about those physics as you're moving through. So but anyway, that's animating on paper and keeping it loose. And like I said, if you want to be with us tomorrow. We're going to do more of this. I'm going to talk about design, and I'm going to talk about thinking about the animatability of that design, because those are things you always want to take into consideration. And then we're going to actually animate, and we're going to have some fun with that. And we're going to be animating Miss Violet.
Miss Violet.
The little chunky bulldog is so much fun to draw. She's just an absolute joy to draw. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun drawing for you. Anytime I get to draw on paper or animate on paper, it's always a treat for me. So going out there and put some beauty back into the world. I hope you guys have a great weekend if I don't see you tomorrow. And try some animation. Try animating on paper. Get a flip book. Grab one of those little flip books for me, Dustin. Right behind you. Right there. Yep.
This little bugger?
Yeah, I went online and I found these little flip books. And you can get them through Amazon. And for kids, these are really cool. A lot of fun. I bought a whole pack of them so that when I go and give lectures in person, I can give these out to kids. And they can do their own little bits of animation. And I think a whole pack of them, I've got a pack of 10, I think the whole pack was $10. So it's a dollar a piece. Yeah.
$1 per book.
Yeah, and it's really a lot of fun. So, try doing one of these. You don't need a big, expensive setup, here like we have here. You can just do little flip books, and they're really cool. So, anyway, tomorrow I'm going to be around. Go to creatureartteacher.com/live, and you can get more information about what we're going to be doing tomorrow. It starts at 11 a.m. Eastern time. That's my time. It's going to be 11 a.m. So wherever you are in the world, you got to adjust accordingly. And like I said, if I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you next Friday. We'll be back again for another live stream. Go out, put some beauty back into the world. Be nice to somebody, and I will talk to you later. Thanks.
Hey guys, thank you guys so much for watching. And don't forget, guys, that we also have the pre-orders for Chuck Williams' new How to Pitch Your Ideas course. And that is going to be releasing later today. And we're still currently 50% off. So be sure to go check that out while you still can. And also we have Animal Character Design with David Coleman. And that pre-order is also 50% off. And that's coming out on December 18th. So be sure to go check that out. And so thank you guys once again so much for watching. See you guys tomorrow. And as always, Cowboy Bebop. See ya.